Hey everyone, if you're a die-hard Habs fan like I am and looking for daily Habs content, then you're in the right place. So this video is going to be a final standings prediction video. So it's going to be the final standing. I'm going to compare a video that I did a couple of months ago, and I'm going to leave a link in the comment section. So leave any comments you might have about this video down there, and I'm going to compare it and make new predictions because there's reasons to make new predictions. So that's all right here at Talking Habs with Rick, and that's me. Been a Habs fan for a long time, 50 years, and seen all the highs and lows that go along with that. And I do talk about it here on the channel, so subscribe and ring the notifications bell, and that's going to get you all of my videos and live streams and all that good stuff. And it's all dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. So I'm going to revisit that video that I did. I'll show you the standings that I took. So this was right after, I believe it was like middle of July, towards the end of July that I did this video. Like I said, I'm going to put a link to it in the comment section. I'm going to pin it up there so you'll see if you want to check that out. Please do. And you'll see, let's see if I can get us all in without any glare. So in the Atlantic, I had Tampa Bay, Florida, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Buffalo, the Devils, and Ottawa. And I'm blind. Over there I have Washington in the Metro, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Philly, Carolina, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Columbus. In the Central, Avs, St. Louis, Dallas, Hawks, Jets, Nashville, and the Wild. And in the Pacific, Calgary, San Jose, Vegas, Coyotes, Canucks, Oilers, Ducks, and LA. Whoops. So that's who I picked. That was in my last video. So I made a lot of changes because obviously since that was done in July, I believe it was July. It was either July or early August. It was somewhere around there. There's been a lot of additions to the teams. Like there's been a lot of things that would change how you would pick it. So I did another video. I've been trying to film it for like a week. After like 10 takes, I put it on hold, so I'm doing it today because I'm out of ideas for today and I gotta go somewhere. And this was ready, so I'm doing this today. So, I'm about to show you my changes. I'll give you some of the reasons for some of the teams, not all, because I'd like the video to be under a half hour, that's for sure. And yeah, so let's get to it, I guess. So, I'm going to revisit this video about a month before the season ends, so we can see how I'm doing, and I'll probably make some new predictions because obviously, even whatever you could predict today, who knows what's going to happen down the road by the end of the season, So it's hard to tell. So I'm going to revisit it. If my picks look good, then I'm going to leave them. If not, I'll have an updated version in that video, but I'm definitely going to revisit and see how I did. So here we go. Let's see what I got. So I'm going to go over the Pacific first, even though I'm showing you the whole board. I'm going to go over the Pacific first because Montreal's in the Atlantic. So I've changed, obviously. I have changed from, let me get my other board here so I can look. So I had Calgary, San Jose, Vegas. I'm going now with Vegas, Calgary, and Arizona because I kind of think there's going to be a drop-off over in San Jose. They've already got some injury issues with Carlson, and I don't think the goaltending's coming around with Martin Jones. And will it? I don't know. I'm saying they're dropping off. So Vegas lost Eric Haula. That's a big loss. They didn't get to sign Nikita Gusev, who probably would have done some good stuff for them. But I think overall their team is basically intact, and they will do just fine. And I think they'll win this division. Calgary, they're going to fight with Calgary for that. So we'll have to see how Lucic does there. Their additions of Tobias Reeder for their, I guess they're for their penalty kill. He's really good on the penalty kill. Cam Talbot is a backup goalie. We're going to have to see how that goes there. Arizona, minus Galchenyuk, adding in Phil Kessel. Will that make a difference? I've got them in third. I think it will make a difference, but I don't know if it'll make them a championship team, but I've got them in third. San Jose, as I say, I think is going to have a fall off. Aging and, yeah, not going good, so I'll just say that. Vancouver, I think Vancouver may be able to be in San Jose's spot if they have a good year, depending on how they play and how injuries are. but Vancouver will be right behind, in my opinion, followed by Edmonton, LA, and the Ducks. And I think I had it Edmonton, Anaheim, and LA. So I think LA's defense is a little bit better than we thought, and they won't be last. So that's what I'm saying there. We'll move over to the Central, Colorado. I think I had Colorado both times. I did Colorado. I think it's going to win this division. They've got Kadri's going to make a difference there. Bellemare. They lost Soderberg and Tyson Barrie and Alex Kerfoot, but I don't think it's going to make a difference for them. I think they're going to stay. They're going to take the first spot there. Next up, I had Nashville finishing second to last in this division, but I think actually they're going to come up and finish in second. But they lost Subban and Simons are gone. The addition of Matt Duchene. They kind of have a window that they've got to reach it. Their window's closing really fast with Rene. Nashville's going to give it a push and be there. Next up is Dallas. I think Dallas. They got Pavelski. We'll see how Pavelski does. Andre Sekera, Corey Perry. Lost Zuccarello, Spezza. Basically it. I think they pretty much hover where they were. I think that's close to where they finished, or finished second spot, but they'll finish in third. And they might finish in second, too. Again, they're going to be right around the same as last year. St. Louis, I think, finishes in fourth. Additions of Justin Falk minus Pat Maroon. I don't think it makes a difference for them. They're going to stay middling of the pack, and we'll see how they do in the playoffs. Winnipeg falls out. I had Winnipeg falling out already, and Winnipeg falls out. Their defense is not going to hold up all season. Winnipeg falls out. Too many, all their top four are gone from last year. They're not going to be able to replace that. But with Bufflin gone, it kills them. Chicago, I think Chicago finished up behind them. I don't see anything that makes them. Depends on how Lehner plays and if he makes a really big difference, but I think they're on the bottom somewhere. And then Minnesota, they're going to finish in the last. Yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Okay, we're going to head over to Metro. I don't know how this is coming out, but this is how it is. Metro, Washington. I think Washington comes in first. Anyways, look, you can see my board. I'm going to stop holding this. Anybody who didn't see where Montreal finishes, if you're coming in late, you'll have to jump around on the video. Washington's going to finish in first. Not too many differences. They in are Leipzig, Panik, and Gudas. Out Burakowski and Niskanen. I think their window's closing, and Ovi's pushing for the Gretzky record. I think it bodes well for them. I even have them in the... Anyway, we'll go to that. Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh comes in second here. They lose Kessel and Mata. I don't think that's a problem for them. Bring in Galchenyuk, Tanev, and Kalev. I don't know much about the other two, honestly, but I think Galchenyuk actually will have a good season there. I can see him getting 30 goals playing on a line with either Crosby or Malkin, and I think it bodes them well. Their window is closing fast as well, so I think they're going to finish well. Philadelphia, for me, is next up there, and I had Philadelphia in fourth. I put them up one spot. The addition of Kevin Hayes, Justin Braun, and Matt Niskanen bodes them well. I think they were an up-and-coming team. Good leadership in Claude Giroux. Good goaltending. If Carter Hart's the real thing, makes a huge difference for Philadelphia, and they move up. Next up, Carolina. I know a lot of people thinking that I'm saying that because of the Sebastian Aho offer sheet. I'm not. I think I could be very wrong with Carolina, and they could be in that second position with Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh is. I'm giving you that, but this is where I have them. They lost DeHaan, Ferland, McElhaney, Justin Williams is not sure whether he's retired or not. And the additions of Gardner, Zingle. I don't think James Reimer's an upgrade on McElhaney. Eric Howla looks like he's going to be really good for them. And they got Joel Edmondson, big guy, from St. Louis. So I think Carolina could be better than I have them here, but that's where I have them. New York Islanders, they lost Robin Lehner, and they replaced him with Semyon Varlamov. I don't think that's a good thing. They got Derek Brassard. I don't know if that's going to help them. I think they have a drop-off. They're going to fall down. I had them in second place there. I think they drop off. New York Rangers, they got Jason Trouba, Capo Caco, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox, who I haven't heard much about really so far. They lost Neil Pionk, Kevin Shattenkirk, and Jimmy Vesey. All very good. I just don't know how it gels this first year, and I still have them down on the bottom, but they wouldn't surprise me if they moved up a bit. So I want to revisit it with a month to go. New Jersey, people are probably surprised with the additions of PK Subban, Jack Hughes, Nikita Gusev, Wayne Simons, and maybe I missed somebody. They lost. I don't remember who they lost. I wrote something and I can't read my writing, but it's insignificant right now. Yes, all good, but they're going to need a little time. I think they show better, but they don't make a huge move up. Columbus Blue Jackets, they lost everybody. Panarin, Bobrovsky, Dzingel, Duchesne, Kincaid, which probably to them is nothing. He didn't do anything there, but he's going to be important to the Habs. The addition of Nyquist, who will be really good, I think, for them. And Ryan Murray, don't know much about him. Not enough to make up. They're going to finish probably in the bottom. So I have them in the bottom. Now, the Atlantic Division, who, if you're a Habs fan and follow me because I'm a Habs channel, it's probably the division you really want to know, and I spoiled it probably by showing you the sign, but we'll go over it. So I'm going to go from the bottom. From the bottom, I think Detroit finishes in the bottom. They lost Vanek, Cronwall, and the GM, Kevin Holland. They picked up Adam Ernie, Patrick Nemeth, Calvin Pickard, GM Steve Yzerman. I like Detroit. I like Anthony Manta. I like Dylan Larkin. I like Athanasiou. I like the team. I just think they kind of need a year to get adjusted to the new GM and new players and see. They wouldn't surprise me if they finish higher, but I picked them there. Ottawa. They lost Cody Ceci, Ben Harper, Zach Smith. They picked up half of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Head coach DJ Smith. They got Eric Brandstrom, who's starting his first full season in the Erik Karlsson trade. He's going to be good. Scott Sabourin looks like he's going to be a tough guy. Got Ron Hainsey, Nikita Zaitsev, Connor Brown, and Tyler Ennis, all from the Leafs. So we'll see how that bodes them well. I think it bodes them well enough to move out of the basement. That's what I think. But we'll have to see. Buffalo, Alex Nylander. That's who's gone. Maybe some other people I didn't see. In Colin Miller, Jimmy Vesey, Marcus Johansson, Henry Yokiharu, and new head coach Ralph Kruger. Does it make a difference for Buffalo? I think it will at the beginning of the year, but Buffalo always finds a way to go downhill. We'll see if that happens this year or not. I don't know. When I see it not happen for 1 year, maybe the next year I'll pick them higher, but right now I've got them there. Next up, I'm kind of happy to say that this is where I really do think that it's not because I hate them. I think they're going to finish there. Boston. They've lost Noel Acciari, Marcus Johansson. They've added Par Lindholm, Brett Ritchie, Kevin Miller, but he's back from an injury, so I don't know much about that, but I guess it was a really long-term injury, so it's like a new guy in the lineup. They have a much older, whatever his name is, Zdeno Chara, who I think is in his final season. They have a much hated, and I do hate him, Brad Marchand, and everybody should hate him. Even if you like the Bruins, you should hate Brad Marchand. He's I don't know, family channel. Well, I want to appeal. I don't want to turn off young kids. I can't say the words I want to use. But I do think they're going to have the drop-off, that's the team that's going to drop off to allow Montreal to make the jump in. So there you go. Now, next up is going to be a surprise because most people are going to think that this is where I've slotted Montreal, but I haven't. I have Florida here. They've lost to Luongo and Reimer, and that's not a bad thing. Luongo retired. Reimer's gone. Their goaltending sucked last year. This is good. They've lost Troy Brouwer. Don't know how much that'll affect them. In is Bobrovsky, Anton Stallman, Brett Connolly, Noel Acciari, and new head coach Joel Quenneville. So this is what's going to bring Florida from the basement up into the pack. I don't think it brings them up higher than fourth, but I do believe it gets them to the playoffs. Next up, I think finishing in third spot, legitimately. If you look at the first two games, how much character this team has, the potential that's there. Yes, I'm a Habs fan. Yes, I may be looking at it through rose-colored glasses. I'll give you that to some extent, but this is really how I do feel Montreal will finish in third. Lost Antoniemi, Andrew Shaw, Jordy Ben, And Charles Hudon, who's not lost to the organization, but he's in the minors. In is Nick Suzuki, Ben Sherratt, Nick Cousins, Keith Kincaid, and Cale Fleury. Good additions, better backup goaltender. I'm hoping Nick Suzuki shows a little more, looks nervous in the first couple of games, but I like that. I like Cale Fleury, what he's showing so far. Ben Sherratt is adjusting to the system. He will be good. Nick Cousins is going to be a good 13th forward. And I think we've got ourselves a team that's going to give just a little bit more, and that's all we need because we really were right there last year. If we can continue with that, and they're showing that they can, so far in this young part of the season, I believe they will finish in third place. Now, I did this prediction before they played their 2 games, so it's not based on that I put them there, but because I really feel this way. But I'm really happy to see the first 2 games that they're playing that way. Next up is a team that I don't hate as much as the Bruins. I find as I'm doing this channel, I don't hate them as much. I really love the rivalry part of it, so I hate them in that way. I don't hate the fan base. I think I have a few subscribers, and I welcome that. But it's a natural rivalry, and both cities don't like each other naturally. But as far as the fan base, I have no reason to hate fans. Yes, I don't like the team. That's fine. But Toronto, I think, finishes ahead of Montreal. They've lost Nazem Kadri, Jake Gardiner, Patrick Marleau, Ron Hainsey, Zaitsev, Brown, Ennis. They've picked up Rasmus Sandin, who's a rookie. He's going to be a good one. Tyson Barrie, Cody Ceci, Alex Kerfoot, Jason Spezza, Ilya Mikheyev are new to the lineup. And they look good in the early thing. The problem is I think their defense is going to catch up to them later on. And I think we're going to see a problem by having too many high-priced forwards up front. Yes, we have a $10 million player. Yes, we have one. You guys have, I'm talking now to Leafs fans, I'm sorry. But the Leafs have 3, and I think that's a problem down the road because you're not going to have a good team built around you. So we'll see how that happens, yet I'm still picking them to finish ahead of Montreal. So I'm not a Leaf hater in that way, and I'm not biased because I'm picking them ahead of us because I think that is where they will finish. And, of course, that leaves Tampa Bay in first place. And I think Tampa Bay, what can you say about Tampa Bay? They lost JT Miller, Ryan Callahan, Anton Stralman, Adam Ernie, Curtis McElhaney, Kevin Shattenkirk, Pat Maroon, and Luke Witkowski, who I don't really know much about. But out go good. In comes some good. It does, they're still going to be there. I don't see that they're going to not finish in first for the regular season. What will happen in the playoffs? Don't know. I'm not picking them to win the playoffs, to win the Stanley Cup. I'm going to give a basic pick here for the Stanley Cup, and I believe it's going to be, I think the way the hockey guy picked Washington and Colorado, and I want it to be a little different, but I can't really justify it, and I kind of think that's where it's going to go. So early on, I'm picking Washington and Colorado in the finals. I can't believe I got the video out. I tried to do this, I swear, 10 times. When it come out, not too bad today. I'm a little bit happy. I'm happy with it. Okay, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe and ring the notifications bell, and that'll get you all of my videos, live streams. I've got contests, got a hockey pool contest going, and stuff like that. And it give you your daily fix of blue, blanc, rouge, and that's important when you're a Habs fan. So, on that note, thanks everybody once again for watching. Go Habs, go! Till next time, bye y'all.